Hi, it's Caitlin, and I am here with my December 2024 polish pickup video. This is the final polish pickup shop for this year. It's also happening early. Alarms, note that. Put that in your calendar. The shop is opening on November 29th, and it's going to close on the following Monday, which is December 2nd, I think. So anyway, this is much earlier than usual. I will include that down in the description below. And I don't know, there's a lot of really fun stuff. It's the Maker's Choice theme, which I kind of love because makers just go wild, create something that they're really excited about, very passionate about, and it's just always a really fun time to see what each maker chooses for their inspiration. So with all that being said, let's get into the swatches.
We'll start by taking a look at Bee's Knees Lacquer, Prettiest Girl in the World. This one is inspired by none other than Moo Deng herself, and it is a hippo gray Dumacorn sibling with green to blue shimmer. So this does have a very sheer base, but it builds up really nicely in 3 coats, and it has a ton of shimmer. The green to blue shimmer works really, really well in that sort of taupey browny gray base. And of course I am painting in very thin coats, but if you work in thicker coats you might get a deeper effect. But I do recommend thin coats because you don't want to have this like take forever to dry. So work in thin coats, build it up in 3 or 4, or you could layer it and definitely finish it off with top coat. Now we're going to take a look at Chamaeleon Nails Winter Retreat. This one is a thermal, and that was me trying to show off the warm and the cold states in the bottle. And it's inspired by a snowy winter's night, sitting by a crackling fire in a cozy cabin in a pine forest. This is a thermal that goes from dark green when cold to a sheer white, colorless polish when warm. It has turquoise hues as it transitions. This one is filled with orange gold iridescent flakes, orange shimmer, and a scattering of golden reflective glitter. This one does have a relatively low cap of 350 bottles, and trust me when I say it's gorgeous, so I anticipate it selling out quickly. This is best in 3 coats, and I absolutely love the contrast of the orange flakes against that deep green base. I will recommend a generous layer of top coat, if not a layer of glitter grabber, and then top coat just to get a super smooth finish. And I took a ton of footage of this polish because I thought it was really beautiful in its cold and warm states. So hopefully you can get a good sense of how this looks, and hopefully you love it as much as I do. We have another Moo Deng inspired polish. This one is from Clionadh Cosmetics. This one is named for Moo Deng herself, and it is a gray base with a sparkling violet pink shimmer. And for anyone who doesn't know, Moo Deng is a baby pygmy hippopotamus from Thailand that the internet just kind of lost their minds over. And this polish is a really pretty tribute to her. It's actually pretty accurate, I think. So this is a shimmer, and I do think it looks best when it's built up in 3 coats. The formula is very easy to work with. It dries quickly. It has a beautiful shimmer payoff, and it's also just a really pretty and unique neutral. I definitely went in thicker on my middle finger, and you can see the difference in the color payoff. So depending on how thick or thin you paint, you might get a deeper shade of brown. I will recommend top coat regardless to enhance the shimmer. Here we have Cuticula, and Cuticula has created Hummingbird glass, and this is a teal jelly base full of green aqua shifting glass flakes, pink purple shifting shimmer, and fuchsia metallic flakes. This one is a really pretty and unique color with a really unique finish in my opinion. It has a really easy to work with formula. You get a lot of different beautiful flakes in here. They come out easily and create a really gorgeous overall effect. I am going to recommend 3 coats for this one. I just feel like you get the best opacity with the base and the most payoff of flakes and shimmer in 3 coats. And you will probably notice that it does dry down a bit dry looking, so definitely use a glossy top coat. I am using my favorite top coat, which is a Cuticula top coat, Cuticula Limitless. You can grab it also this month in the polish pickup. I think it's scented with something delicious sounding, but this is a fabulous top coat, and I pretty much use it for all of my swatches. Here we have by Dany Vianna. This is Celebrate All Your Victories. It's inspired by a small token to remember that even on the bad days, we did accomplish something, even if it wasn't a huge, big goal. Sometimes getting to tomorrow is just as important as getting through anything else. So, this is a beautiful clear base with indigo to violet aurora shimmer and a mix of golden stars. I am layering this on my index finger over Cracked Polish Cordially Invited from their upcoming Food Coma collection. I'll try to remember to link that video in the cards. And I am applying it on its own on my middle finger, but this is definitely something that's meant to be layered particularly, whoa, that was hard for me to get out, particularly over a darker base, because the base itself kind of has like a yellowy tint and it just looks a lot better layered over something dark. It also lets the violet aurora shimmer really pop. It is a glitter. It will be difficult to remove. You will definitely want 2 layers of top coat, but it's so worth it. I personally absolutely love this topper. I also love the inspiration and I love stars. So this is a big yes from me. And I did layer it over white on my ring finger, which I totally regret because it doesn't look good. It definitely should be layered over a dark color. Here we have Garden Path Lacquers, and this is the ties that bind. It's inspired by Halsey's cover of Johnny Cash's I Walk the Line. It's described as a chocolate brown jelly base filled with blue holographic micro glitter and blue-green shifting aurora shimmer. This is so unique and pretty. I absolutely love the brown jelly base. And it's just really interesting to see it with blue and green shifting shimmer. It's just really sparkly and really well formulated. The application is super easy. I am going to recommend 3 coats and of course top coat, definitely a generous layer of top coat because it does have micro glitter, which means it will be a little bit textured and a little bit hard to remove, not overly difficult, but a little bit more difficult than your average cream or shimmer. Next up is Glisten and Glow, Sugar and Ice and Everything Nice. This one is inspired by soft pinks in the wintertime. Jill wanted to create a polish that was soft and delicate but shifty and shimmery as well, and she definitely nailed it because I really love this color. It is a pink jelly loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts from gold to green to blue. This has a beautiful formula. It's super easy to work with. It practically paints itself and it just works really well, at least on my skin tone. I will recommend 2 to 3 coats depending on your nail length, and definitely top coat. And Glisten and Glow is offering their top coat, which is another fantastic quick dry top coat option that you can grab in polish pickup. Here we have Great Lakes Lacquer, my ashes after they cremate me, and honestly this in the bottle made my jaw drop and is so sparkly. This is definitely one of my favorites, but this polish actually just arrived a few hours ago, so I had to sneak it into my video. It didn't make it into my favorites that I mentioned at the outro, but it is. Don't miss this one. It is ridiculous. It has no cap, thankfully, but it's so beautiful. So this one is a gold holographic micro glitter and multi-chrome flake, shifting through emerald, blue, purple, fuchsia, and gold. And this one, it depends on your preference. I could only handle 2 coats on my tiny little nails right now. They're very, very short. I anticipate others might need 3 coats, but this would also work beautifully as a topper. Definitely want to use a good glossy top coat on this one. It does have a bit of texture from the micro glitter. It's not going to be overly difficult to remove, but it is a glitter. It's so sparkly. Like, look at this. It's honestly so beautiful. And here I wanted to show it in a single coat just to show how nice it would look as a topper. And unfortunately, it was dark, and I didn't want to wait until sun came out because this video might never have come out. So trust me when I say this is really, really sparkly, beautifully shifty, and just a really special nail polish. Next up is Kathleen & Co. The Mummer's Dance, which is a bright lime green loaded with hollow flakes and fiery reddish orange shimmer that dances on the nail. This one is inspired by Lorena McKinnett, I can't remember, but just a really great musician and singer. And The Mummer's Dance was kind of like her big hit in the late 90s or early 2000s. And this is a really beautiful green. If you're a fan of greens, then I think you're going to love it. Kathleen & Co. has an amazing formula, really, really nice brush for applying the polish. And this just has a really beautiful finish. I will recommend 3 coats. It is a bit on the sheer side, but it builds up nicely. And when you apply top coat, it's just going to make it super sparkly and shiny. And here we have Moonshine Manny, seemingly possessed by the Christmas spirit. This is a sparkling holographic silver, twinkling with iridescent flakes and shimmer, shifting through pinks, greens, and blues, and it's inspired by the Schitt's Creek Holiday Special episode. This is also kind of a continuation of the Moonshine Manny Christmas collection that I swatched a few videos back. Again, I'll try to remember to link it in the cards. I love that collection and I love this polish. It's so pretty, really ethereal, very sparkly, amazing formula. I imagine it would work well as a topper, but it looks really beautiful when you build it up on its own. And of course, definitely want to use a top coat to enhance the holographic sparkle and smooth everything out. This will be very easy to remove and just honestly kind of stunning. And now we're going to take a look at Eyed Lacquer Die Mad You Salty Bleep. This one is a dark blue jelly with yellow to blue to purple shifting flakes and hollow flakes. This is a really pretty shade of blue. It is a jelly, so it's going to build up really nicely. And the sparkle in here is really pretty. I like the flakes going on. It just adds a lot of visual interest. And as always, the formula is a total breeze to work with. Depending on your application style, you might need 3 coats, or if you work in thicker coats, you might get away with 2. And it does dry quite glossy, but I still recommend top coat just to enhance the holographic effect and make it look extra squishy. And Eyed Lacquer is also bringing us their Da Balm-er. This one is in a house blend of sea salt, cactus, and dragon fruit. This has a lot of beautiful skin nourishing ingredients. It has a really nice formulation. It's not overly greasy. It doesn't leave like a really shiny finish. So it's fantastic for just rubbing into your cuticles and your nails whenever you have a moment. It smells absolutely beautiful. This is not overly fruity. It's honestly just a really refreshing, sweet scent, and I kind of can't get enough of it. Here we have Rogue Lacquer, and they have created Glacial, which is inspired by glaciers. It is a cornflower blue with red, gold, green, and blue glass flakes. This is ridiculously glowy, very rainbowy, super squishy, really pretty, perfectly formulated, and just a classic, gorgeous Rogue Lacquer glass flake balm. There's something very delicate about this, and it's kind of perfect for the inspiration. I will recommend 3 coats, but I also do like it in 2. It just looks really delicate and pretty. So definitely have fun with this. It's such a pretty color, such a pretty effect, and I love how everything comes together. I will recommend glossy top coat or matte top coat. It would look really good matte, but I'm team glossy. I've been trying matte again lately, but aside from matte black nails, I don't know. I just like glossy nail polish. Here we have Paint It Pretty polish. This is Holiday Whobe Whaty, and it's inspired by How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's a holographic gold flake polish with red and green micro glitters. This one is perfect for the holiday season. I will show it built up on its own as well as a topper. It works perfectly both ways, and I just love a good sparkly gold nail. It's really cute that there are those red and green micro glitters. They're not like overly in your face, but they're just there and it's kind of subtle. This gives a very vintage Christmas vibe, which I love. And as I mentioned earlier, I love the versatility. So it does work definitely on its own, and also as a topper. It builds up easily in 3 coats. It's not difficult to get the polish out. It dries quickly, and it does actually smooth out with 1 layer of top coat. It also won't be difficult to remove because it's mostly flake and not too much glitter. So here it is on its own in 3 coats plus glossy top coat. And here I'm layering it over cracked polish frosted mallows from the Food Coma collection coming out on Black Friday. Again, I probably linked it in the cards earlier, or I'll try to again. It looks fantastic as a topper over this white. And this is another cracked polish from that collection called A Bit of Bubele, I think. And I just wanted to go for a gold extravaganza here and definitely achieved that. And last but not least, we have Sassy Sauce with Fun Sized. This is a lilac base with a light sprinkle of black reflective glitter and a green, blue, violet shimmer. This one is so pretty, honestly. I love the color, I love the shimmer, love the formula, love the sparkle, love everything about it. It's just a great polish, and the Sassy Sauce formula is always spot on. It's so easy to work with. It honestly never lets me down. And this, again, is great in 2 coats, but you might want 3 depending on your nail length and preference. But definitely use a glossy top coat to smooth everything out.
I do have a few favorites, and one of them is definitely the Glisten and Glow. That polish just captured my heart. It's so pretty and shifty, just really, really sweet, and an amazing formula. I also really like the Sassy Sauce. It's just super, super pretty. It's the kind of color I could wear like endlessly, and the formula was fantastic. And I am going to shout it out just because I love star glitters, and I do think that the by Dany Vianna is just phenomenal. Definitely looks best over black. I tried to do some combos, but I think at the end of the day, it looks really good over a black or something very dark to let that blue shimmer pop. But I loved the stars in there, and it just makes me super happy. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about the polish pickup this month in the comments. Let me know what's on your wish list. And I guess that's it for me. Again, don't forget the polish pickup opens early on November 29th. And yeah, happy shopping. Bye.